It's the time to get down.
Now, are you ready for some news?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It's been that kind of way. How can you really be wanting the news? You know, it's like news. Here's the news. What did the president do?
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Time for the good news, bad news, and the other shit. Yes, the news continues as we get to sit and watch the president take up arms against his own party. I must admit, as a radical leftist, I just stay out of the way and enjoy everything. This latest issue on tariffs goes to underscore how stupid your president actually is. He's a person who has no philosophies, therefore it's very easy for him to change on a whim from side to side, back and forth, because he has no philosophies of his own. He had the nerve to call Maxine Waters low IQ, and I said, listen, just like I said, you know, coming from this idiot, you don't even know, what does IQ stand for, Mr. President? I bet you don't even know that. So that was a joke, but the president has continued. He called one of the reporters from MSNBC Sleepy, a sleepy son of a bitch. And I said, I thought Sleepy was Melania's name for your penis.
Oh, that's jacked up, man. You just had to go there.
That's Sleepy. Just imagine the little Tyrannosaurus hands trying to reach for Sleepy.
Oh, man.
Sleepy! Sleepy!
That's just wrong.
Take that. So the president continues. I wish he would insult me. I would love to go head to head in a verbal insult, because I would tear his whole. I would pull the family in. I would pull the family in and rip everybody, one and him. I would love to be engaged with the president in a war of words. I was thinking about that. That's why I said Sleepy. That's Melania's name for your penis, and we know. Now the world knows. But an ongoing thing is what's going on with the president. So, like I said, he's at war with his own folks. The tariff thing, which was so poorly thought out, you know, at least I know as a person who's not really knowledgeable about tariff and tariff law. The one thing I do know is how complicated it is, because how it affects your own people too. That was the whole problem part of the problem with tariffs is the complexity that's involved in then working out things. So the president obviously woke up and wanted to demonstrate to everybody his leadership powers. This is why I'm afraid of him in terms of having access to that button. He wants to demonstrate his prowess because other things are going bad for him. So he comes up with this. The only good thing about it is you got to watch the whole GOP implode. This is a total antithesis of what they stand for. So you got to watch these brown nosers who've been kissing his ass all along actually now have to deal with the fact that he just totally came out with philosophies and policies that are against what you stand for. What a hilarious chain of events. And remember, the president doesn't like to admit that he's wrong or back up, so that's just not going to happen in that way. The president is staying firm and entrenched, and so we're going to see a tariff war. Oh, but then they did come back and say that we'll exclude Canada and Mexico, because he forgot that when he first did the tariff on steel, okay, that the Canadians were like the biggest ones. You know, the people who was trying to impact China was like fifth on the list. Everybody else was all people you trade with regularly. Mexico, Canada, South Korea, all your allies. So you just started an active trade war with all your allies in an attempt to show your prowess. What an idiot. Now we get to watch the Republicans dance around this or attempt to scale it back. Or they call them, you know, we don't really want to do this. This is not what we do.
It's kind of stormy out there, isn't it?
That's terrible. Stormy. Anyway, the president, and that's part of the president so entrenched in dealing with the Stormy Daniels controversy. By the way, and I've told people, you can see, if you want to see Stormy in action, I had to go look. I'm a man. Pig, in other words. And I had to go look, so I want you to know Pornhub has extensive Stormy collection. Only thing is I only watched 2 or 3 because I was getting a little bored, because I'm used to them thick sisters, kind of those Latin.
You're used to?
I'm just saying, Stormy's mostly this.
Right.
Stormy's mostly this and less of this. But I'm a black man, I need a little bit that bottom, some out back to drive us out front. But she's still an attractive lady, and she knows how to. She shows some skills. If you are curious, just go to Pornhub, search Stormy Daniels, tell them Mario sent you.
Yeah, they already looked. Everybody already looked, man. You know that already.
She was working. I said Mac was thanking me. Mac McAllister, G&N bureau chief, who does the pre-show, he was just thanking me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He said he watched Stormy playing harmonica.
Oh, man. Man.
So anyway, the president's in the news. That's part of the crazy thing. Now, there's other things. Illinois officially became a sanctuary state for immigrants. This happened, you're right. Wow, here's a picture of Governor Bruce Rauner. At least that's the way you pronounce it. He signed the Trust Act. Now, again, we don't actually know what these sanctuary. We know that they instruct the city police people to either avoid certain types of things, but there's only so much where they can go with this legally, as far as I know. So, but it's interesting to watch. I'm not sure it means the same thing in Illinois as it does here in California. And in California, we signed it also. And there's also the issue of marijuana. So we will see. I know Attorney General Sessions has laid out a list of states that I guess they plan on combating on this kind of stuff or going to court. And so I guess Illinois will be adding themselves to the list. At least I can say it's bravo for us. Because I know where I am. I'm for all colonized people to be able to move freely within the colony. It says Mexico is our colony. I want all of them to move freely within the colony. We control every damn thing they do down there, damn near. Okay? If not, we can wreck it. Believe me, we got the Mission Impossible team all over Latin America. They're not doing too much that we don't want. Okay? So there's a whole thing about that. But anyway, we're just glad some things are happening. So Arnold Schwarzenegger says he went to South by Southwest, Dick, and he gave a speech at South by Southwest saying that he's getting together with some other folks to sue Big Oil for first-degree murder, claiming that the effects of Big Oil is actually leading to deaths. He says there's no difference from the smoking issue, and I'll quote, "This is no different from the smoking issue. The tobacco industry knew for years and years and years and decades that smoking would kill people, would harm people and create cancer, and were hiding the fact from the people and denied it. Then eventually they were taken to court and had to pay hundreds of millions of dollars because of that. The oil companies knew from 1959 and on that there would be global warming happening because of fossil fuels, and on top of that, it would be risky for people's lives, that it would kill." Wow. So, and I quote more, "We're going to go after them. We're going to be in there like an Amazon tick, because to me it's absolutely irresponsible to know that your product is killing people and not have a warning label on it, like tobacco. Every station on it, every car should have a warning label on it. Every product that has fossil fuels should have a warning label on it." So Schwarzenegger, who's joining together with some other corporate interests, are saying they're serious about doing this.
Let me ask you this. I'm just questioning. Well, and you know me. I'm gonna ask this because I have to pretend like this was not knowledgeable as he was a governor, or is it that the rule of participation is that you don't take those torches while you're the governor, or am I supposed to be led to believe that he just became aware of it? So I'm always going, isn't this like the book that's after you serve politics, you go, oh, I knew a lot of shit, excuse my language, apologize to your children and everybody else. But I just couldn't say it during the time it's most important for me to lay down the law and the rules and be a whatever I'm serving. So am I supposed to believe that this is just like an awakening right now?
Maybe so, huh? I remember when the same thing happened when Bill Clinton was on a late night talk show talking about marijuana laws and some of the other illegal drug laws. And somebody commented, wow, too bad you were never in a position to do anything about that.
Yes. Now you see, and I'm not hating. I'm not hating on his effort. I'm not.
He's not taking. Let's see what happens, because what Jerry Brown did in making California a sanctuary state, that's bold.
That's what I'm saying.
That's leadership.
That's my point.
He's
risking his
totally what he did in order to balance the budget in California.
Right.
What Jerry Brown did.
Right.
Hard to do because you have to tell people no.
Okay.
But he did do it, right? That's leadership.
Okay, you know what?
Leadership, and obviously some people, I agree with you, Vic, they're leaders in the quiet times, too.
Right. I'll just take for granted that we're getting set for Terminator Genesis Part 2. Okay? I'll just say it's a film in development, because it's just, you know me, I'm just going to go like this. You have to have something you want to throw your hat in the ring to stay kind of prevalent in what you're doing. And we'll see. Because when do you make the biggest impact? Isn't this similar to Al Gore and the mantle he took as far as global warming, which I don't question, but is it that maybe it's my ignorance? You can't do these things while you're representing your party, you're playing the role as vice president or governor. These things are too altruistic. You have to wait until after your term, and then you can go out there when you have less power. So I'll take it that way.
Well, and so it is.
Yeah.
We wanted you to know and to be aware. Take a look at this. Imagine practical solutions to the homeless crisis. I know in years gone past, Meredith Beale, one of my good buddies, Lasting Value, had told me about people who are investing in machines that make bricks. That they basically, the machine drives out to wherever you are, and then they find a way to make bricks out of whatever you have. Like,
right.
So you drive the big machine truck out to your location, and then it can make bricks from the local ground soils, you know, by mixing and doing things, as a ways of creating inexpensive housing. Shelters for people all around the world to have these kinds of things. Well, the world has evolved, and along with that, 3D printed homes for the developing world is a new thing. I thought this was fantastic.
Yeah.
At the risk of a copyright infringement, I'll let you take a look. Look at them printing this concrete home. Wow. Even though some places you made, I don't know how concrete is totally made. Look at this thing. 3D printing technology, printing a home. Entire house, less than 24 hours. They're going to be doing it in El Salvador to start. Sustainable 3D printing, safer, more affordable homes for more families, faster. To take a look, you guys. Shelter, self-pride, building of community. It's all possible.
Nice, man. That's nice.
I was excited watching this, you guys. I was really excited. I said, wow, what this could really be something special.
Yeah. That's interesting. Don't they have something happening that's somewhat local that's dealing with these not necessarily set up the same way here. With it, they have some homes that are like valued at about $10,000. That really are small. And we've covered the story before years ago when they had it back east, and they were showing you these little model homes that you could barely stand up in and everything like that. But something's happening locally here.
Well,
remember.
the tiny home market is exploding, and there's a number of shows on that. They're not like little doll houses in the sense that it's just the amount of available space. Right. Some of them are 250, 300, 400 square feet.
Right.
The ones that you were seeing just right there were like 800 square feet.
Got it.
So those are small, but it's the size. You can stand and everything. It's the amount of available living space that varies. But definitely tiny living, because I watched those shows about people who are downsizing. It is an ongoing area of development.
Very good.
And so we were.
I enjoyed it.
There you go. Everybody, that's this week. Sleepy. Ooh, what can I say?